So, what is the Smart Security Platform? The Smart Security Platform is a custom-built tool built from the ground up for the security industry to put data at clients' fingertips. It's for all clients' shapes and sizes, small to large, and gives them visibility across their estate. Now, let's take a look at it in action. After logging into the Smart Security Platform, the page that you're originally going to be taken to is the jobs page. The platform breaks down into kind of three sections. You've got the jobs functionality, you've got your access functionality, and then you've got the analytics, which I'll primarily focus on in part of this demo. To briefly start with the job functionality, you can book on services and you can view your services as they're processing through their lifecycle. By hopping to the View Jobs page, you can immediately see here I've got a list of all the different services as they're taking place, and they're going to update in real time as they're going through their lifecycle. For every job that we do, we capture several data points as part of each of those services, and they surface within the job reports that we provide on every single service that we do. And you can see here, I've got an example of a job report here, which is showing the location that we delivered that service, the information we were provided when we were passed this alarm call, and then a number of tasks that we've done when we're on site there. And all of these tasks are completely configurable as part of every service that we do, and those configuration changes can be rolled out across hundreds of sites, tens of sites, or individual sites. Every job that we do, for every task, we provide photos, which include the metadata stamps as part of those photos, as well as proof of presence that we've delivered those services. So that was the jobs functionality. I'm just going to hop over now into the access management functionality. What you can see here on screen now is our Smart Access solution. What is Smart Access? Smart Access is our digital locking solution for business clients, which enables our clients to save costs on keyholding and do remote access management. On screen, I can see the status of my locks that I have installed in my site. I can immediately access an audit trail for those locks, seeing my comings and goings on my site, and I can also manage my time profiles. What this is it's another really good example of additional data points that we're consolidating into the platform that can be used for risk analysis and for cost reduction. Moving on, let's take a look at the analytics functionality. Within the same Smart Security Platform, you can immediately get to your analytics suite, and you're taken to the summary page as the first page as part of the pack. This gives us an overview of what we're about to run through, but just to quickly showcase this, it's going to help us find problem areas. It acts as a way that we can review our security services and enables us to understand incidents. In the first tab, which we've named the Response Overview, you get a number of different visuals here which break down our alarm service into digestible chunks. The first visual here is showing you the number of alarm calls over the year by their volume and how our response time is being affected by that change. You've then got that binned into 10-minute increments here, so you can see how our response times vary by the time that it takes us to get to site, seeing that the majority of those are taking place in under 60 minutes. And in fact, you can see here at the top here that our average is 46 minutes. You then got those alarm calls broken down by the reasons why they've been raised. So you can see here we've got intruder, we've got fire, and you've also got the reason for the alarm activation. It's worth mentioning that everything within this analytics suite can be interrogated, so I can select any of the visuals and everything's going to drill down and then dynamically update to reflect that visual that I've selected. Hopping over to the next tab, we've got the Response Insights tab. This allows you to do a deeper dive and interrogate the data even further. So what we can see here on the left-hand side is we can see a list of the jobs. You can instantly jump to any of the jobs and access the photos like I showed you earlier, and you can see the reason for activation. In the middle, you've got a heat map that shows those alarm calls by time of day and day of the week, and that immediately allows you to understand patterns within the data and how you can take action to resolve them. So for example, if you saw that there are a high number of alarms going off at 5 to 6, which might be your regular closing time, then that suggests perhaps there's a problem as part of the closing process. Or if you're seeing it a bit later in the day, perhaps when your scheduled cleaner is due to arrive, then you know that perhaps there's issues as part of that service. On the right-hand side, similar to the last tab, we've got a breakdown of those alarm calls by the reason why that alarm is being activated and the property. And this bottom right-hand visual by the property immediately lets you understand if you've got a high number of alarm calls for a particular site, which might be costing you money that perhaps you can look to save. Carrying on, the next tab is the incident log. On the incident log page, you're able to see a list of all the jobs where something has occurred outside of the normal. So for example, this could be an access issue, it could be a system fault, or it could be a break-in. In the main visual here that you're seeing on the left-hand side, it's a list of every single job that we're doing that has been declared as an incident and all the data points that we're collecting as part of that service. You can export those data points into Excel and slice and dice them in a different way if you want to interact with the data slightly differently. On the right-hand side, we've got two visuals. We've got the reason for issue. As mentioned earlier, this enables you to instantly see which of the jobs here are related to a certain type. So for example, with my access issues. And at the bottom, you've got a list of repeat offender sites. So this is a good visual for being able to instantly understand, hey, I've got a particular site here where I've got a very large number of jobs all going off at the same place, and I want to look at that first. Moving on to the next tab, the scheduled and on-demand tabs. What these tabs show us is they show us all of the jobs that are being scheduled regularly or ones that have been booked on via the platform. Looking at the on-demand tab, you can see on this tab that we have all the different services shown over time by their service type, and again highlighting the high volume properties and the ones with instance. This immediately again shows us where we're having a large number of jobs with a large number of instances and the reason why they're occurring. So that was the analytics suite. Just to finish off the demo, everything that you've seen today is completely white labelable. So for example, you could put this in the colors of your end client, you could put it in your own company colors, and this is something that's very easy to do as part of the Smart Security Platform. It's also worth mentioning that the Smart Security Platform doesn't have to be front and center. If you've got your own systems, your own portals that you want to put in front of your clients, then we can easily integrate behind the scenes, centralizing the data into your systems so that you can provide your platform as the one-stop shop. Great. So to sum up, the benefits of the Smart Security Platform are you'll have data at your fingertips, allowing you to reduce risk and focus the budget in the areas where it matters most.